everybody, it's Corinne again. I decided to try and use my laptop for my live video instead of my phone because my phone's a piece of shit. So, I know for those of you that have already sat through some of the attempts I've made, this may be repeats, so I apologize, but I really just wanted to put out there that just thank you. Thank you specifically to Janice. Thank you to Amy. Thank you to Suzanne. You three ladies got me through today. And I know today's not over. It's only 4 o'clock and lots can happen between now and midnight. But Amy, you got me out of bed this morning. You made me want to make today better than the last few days. Janice, you reminded me how strong I am and how much I've gotten through and how it's okay to feel like that, and it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to be overwhelmed and to want to shut everybody out and just, fuck you world. But you also reminded me that you got to move past that too. You can't live there because it'll kill you, and it really will. Suzanne, words don't express it. You get me in a way that only one other person in this world does, and I'm married to him. And for that, and for you, I am so beyond grateful and so beyond thankful to know you and to have you in my life. I was trying to say earlier before I was cut off that everybody goes through crap. Everybody has shit in their life that they wish didn't happen, and I'm not making light of anybody else's in any way. I'm not saying my struggles are harder than anybody else's. We each feel our own struggles in our own ways, and I think we're very quick to judge other people's struggles and compare them to our own and try to either, well, your struggle isn't as hard as mine, or your struggle is harder than mine, and I shouldn't get to feel my struggle. And neither of those are right or accurate or okay. Every single person's struggle is their own, and it's okay to feel it. And it's okay to not want to talk to anybody about it. I've had a couple of the people that have reached out to me over the last few days say to me, I wish you had called me. I wish you had told me what was happening. And I understand where they're coming from. I know that they're coming from a place of love to want to help me get through my shit. But for somebody who's never dealt with depression or sadness or anything like that, sometimes you don't want to. You just don't want to talk about it. Either because you're afraid you're going to cry, which I can't believe I'm not yet. Any of you who know me in my personal life, I'm a crier. Even commercials and things like that, it's pretty easy. So the fact that I'm not crying right now, I guess maybe is a good sign. But sometimes you don't want to live it. You don't want to talk about it. You just want an escape. And that's where I've been for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, that while I've been reaching out and kind of, my cry for help, so to speak, by my posts, at the same time, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to live it constantly every single minute of every day. So again, thank you to those of you who saw those posts and knew what they were and were willing to reach out, even if it was just a, hey, I'm here, I'm a great listener. I've had so many people, hi Erin, hi Brooke. I've had so many people, and like I said in my first attempt at live video, my biggest supporters of late have been from the most unlikely places. Those that I thought were my people, I'm discovering maybe aren't my people. And doesn't mean I have to cut them out of my life completely. I think it just means that I have to understand that it is what it is. And sometimes your people can't be there for you in whatever way you need them to, for whatever reason. And maybe it's because they're going through their own thing and don't have the capacity, because God knows right now, I don't know that I have the capacity to really be there for anybody else. I'm kind of wallowing in my own shit right now. I'm, thankful I got lots of boots. So, like I said in my first post, today I am trying really hard to choose to hold on to the notion that life gives us shit so we can see how strong we are and help each other get through stuff. Maybe it's to help me see my same struggles in somebody else later on and know, hey, I recognize that and I know what you need, even if it's just a hug or a, hey, you're a great person and I care about you. So if you take anything away from this awful, incoherent rant, my first Facebook Live ever, so I'm nervous as all get out, though I'm quite the talker all the time. Anybody who knows me in my personal life will tell you that. I don't usually like to be in the spotlight like this kind of on stage. I have a lot of stage fright about those kinds of things. So I apologize for my kind of rant and ramble here if it's a little, all over the board and doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But the only thing I will ask all of you to take away is find somebody in your life that you haven't in a while and just say something nice to them. Remind them how special they are to you, or why they're special to you, or what they meant to you, or just something like that, because you never know how much that can mean and how far that can go in somebody's day. It may seem like a silly little thing for you, but to that person, it could be huge. I've spent the last 20 some odd years in the field of education, and I have lots of great quotes about being a teacher and things like that. And one of them, and I'm sure I'll screw it up right now because I don't have it written down in front of me, but one that I always hold on to is, to you it may be something small, but to somebody else it may be the world. And that's so true. You never know what somebody else needs in that moment. And don't hold it in. If you're thinking it, say it. Tell that person how much you care about them. Tell them what you mean to them. Tell them what your friendship has done. Tell them that you're glad to know them, that they're just a good person, whatever it is, because it means something. It's meant something to me. And thank you, truly.